Hey guys, I was not happy with how my live version of going over the solution went. I'm going to do a taped version here and a little more controlled for myself, I guess. I will share the screen. All right. So up this first part, this is my Google Docs of the original version of the Copper Princess, of the Trolls Cache. But what I really want to go over is the solution. If you want to see a typed out version of it on Copper Dance Golden More, I have it all copied and pasted onto that as well. But so location number one that you were looking for was Split Rock Lighthouse. So from the story, the clues that determined this were the prominent rocky overlook and the illustration on the map of the Split Rock. So I'm not going to screen share that or stuff. So you guys got the map, you can find it. She looked at the prominent rocky overlook and saw a sign that the witch had left. Let me just pause right there. So if you've ever heard of the November Gales or the Witches of November on Lake Superior, they create a lot of big storms. In fact, I was just up there and I realized it's not November, it's January now, but there's some pretty big storms that come in and create some pretty big waves. And in, I want to say it was early 1900s, 1905, there was a really bad storm that sank a lot of ships. And because of that storm, the Split Rock Lighthouse was built. So she wrote the letters BBT in large letters. Brilliant, thought the Copper Princess. And before leaving camp, she added her own message, one that her father would surely understand. It was a street address in a faraway foreign land. And just for good measure, she left the numbers 7, 19, 2, 10, 13, 6, 24, 20, 18, 13, and 18. And I'm going to put my glasses on now. There we go. This photo here was taken at Split Rock Lighthouse. So when I was writing the story, and this is before I involved Beth, which really helped me with the ciphers and adding the puzzle portion of the story. Genetic Blend is also, you guys know her as. I went up and I took this picture. This is up in the lighthouse. And I know it's not zoomed in really good right. I'm gonna see if I could. No, I can't. Okay. But this is the maker of the light, and it was made in Paris. So what she did from this picture is, in the story, the BBT in large letters. So BBT stood for, and forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce these names, but, and Packer Jack told me earlier and I already forgot, but Barbier, Bernard and Turin, who manufactured lights for lighthouses. The witch left the clue BBT, which refers to those three names. And the princess adds to this a message that her father would understand. The street address in a faraway foreign land. As you can see in that photo, that the address is 82 Rue Curiel, which the princess also leaves some numbers. If you notice, you will see that there are 11 numbers in the address, and there's 11 numbers and there's 11 characters in the address. So you need to turn the 82 into letters. So you turn the H is the 8th letter of the alphabet, or H, and the 2 becomes a B. So HBRUECURIAL. Count the number of letters away using the numbers. Sorry, guys. 7 letters from H is O, 19 from B is U, 7 from R is T, and so on. So pretty basic entry-level cipher, but it was finding the information. Finding this picture online is difficult. It can be done. No, I actually got to go see the. I went to all these places. I went up the North Shore. I went and visited the old treasure hunt location up on Carlton Peak, and then that was really early in the morning. And I come down, and at 10 o'clock, I was waiting for Split Rock Lighthouse to open. This was in the middle of June, and I went out and found the geo marker for Split Rock, which will come into play later, and also took this picture, which we were able to, once I started working with Beth, we were able to turn it into a cipher. So using these letters and numbers, you will spell out outer island. So your location number 2, you're going to outer island. So little story, when I drove up to go to outer island, my plan was to go out and visit the lighthouse out there and look at the geo marker, and found out it was going to cost like $1,000 round trip boat ticket. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, now that's not going to happen. I really want to go out there and visit this lighthouse. So from the text, alchemy was fun to learn. New chemicals were being discovered every day. She expected the table to grow in the future, but right now there are only 25 squares on the table. There was already a symbol there, which she had put on the map, and she added some numbers to her map too. There was also a word at the location, and she knew her father would know what to do with that word. The numbers on the map, so this was actually on your map that you got when you bought into the hunt, was 54, 41, 41, 45, 11, and 21. The clue about the table, or the table of elements, is a hint that you have to make a table yourself. And when she says there are only 25, that should be a clue that you are to make a 5x5 table. As for the numbers, none of the numbers go above 5. This is a blatant clue that you need to be working on a polybius square. Polybius square. A polybius square is a very popular cipher. Again, we used all real simple basic ciphers. Where was it? Polybius square is popular cipher, and these clues should have been obvious hints as to what you needed to do to solve it the next step. So here's kind of how you solved it, by laying it out with your keyword outer, and you would come up with the word CU. This sounds like an innocent message that the princess is leaving for her father, but it's actually a homophone. C becomes CU, copper. CU is copper, which is hinted at in the alchemy table of elements. Copper is also hinted at least as a confirmer, when the princess says later that she feels homesick. And of course, another confirmer is that the creator is Copper Dan. Later, when the princess arrives at the location, it is mentioned that it is a harbor. So your location from that, the sea to CU and talking about harbor, you're going to Copper Harbor, which is just keep heading right up the shore. After I found out I couldn't go to Outer Island, I'm like, I am going to Copper Harbor. And I better check, because it's quite a bit off the beaten path of the road I was traveling up on the South Shore of Lake Superior. And I discovered, so Copper Harbor is on Kinawa Peninsula, and it's on private land to get out there. You have to cross private land, and it is not accessible unless you have a boat or a helicopter. Crud, my plans were foiled again. So you didn't need to go to any of these locations. And I actually had people that, they thought because of the way the back of the coin where the arrow was pointed, it was pointed towards the geo marker for Outer Island, and they were going to go to Outer Island. I'm like, no, don't go. I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get them to stop? I'm like, okay, you don't have to cross water to go to any, for the treasure is. I don't want anyone getting hurt, but So the princess left the title of one of her plays at this location. It was, I pronounce this word Fionion, but you can see how it's spelled, Fienioin. Her father knew all the credits for this show and would understand how to decipher this message. The passage talks about how the princess, as a child, put on plays with the puppets, and her father helped her with this. The text mentions that she left the title to one of the plays as a hint, and that her father always knew the credits for the shows. Just like the credits of the movie, they mentioned the actors and the directors, etc. If you were on site at Copper Harbor and looked up the geomarker, it would say director on the geomarker. On the map, there is what looks like a film strip in the upper left as a hint to this. So if you look at your map in the upper left, it looks like a little film strip. If you take the word Fionion and put it in a veneer cipher solver with the keyword director, you get Canal Park. Well, you're like, Copper Dan, if you start at Split Rock Lighthouse, you go up there, sure, Canal Park is back in Duluth. That was intentional, and it will make sense in a little bit. We didn't want to just go from A to B to C to D. We needed to create a little bit of moving around with it. So Canal Park, if you solved the veneer cipher correctly, you would know it was Canal Park. The following act, a slight confirmer, she had gone to a dead end in a park. She was at the end of Canal Park. If you ever, just look up Canal Park, and it's like two big piers where the ships come in and they go through the aerial lift bridge. There's like two big opening, welcoming arms. She heard the ringing of buoys in the distance. Being on a pier, there would be water around, thus buoys too. Here she sees a symbol, but it is not used just yet. It is a geomarker that says Kappa. And I actually went out to the end where the lighthouse is, and in the concrete is the geomarker, and it does say CAPA. But she doesn't use this yet, so remember that. What she does do is draws a bell and puts the number 29 on the map. And if you look on the map, you will see a bell with the number 29. And you can only guess what this reference is for. By now you have solved everything thus far, and you know the search area. The next place you are going to holds the bell for the sunken Edmund Fitzgerald, where 29 men died on November 10th. Location number 5, Whitefish Bay. She talks about this being a sad place. Of course, that reference to where the Edmund Fitzgerald sunk. A gloomy place, devoid of all color. Devoiding all color means white, reference to Whitefish Bay. These are all confirmers for Whitefish Bay. There are also some short phrases from the song, the Edmund Fitzgerald. Later in here, I think she does write a couple of them in. There was a lot of people did catch that in the story. This little subtle lyrics from the Edmund Fitzgerald. So she wrote, I'm not going to read this all out, but this big long chain of letters that almost got us in big trouble. Very early on in the treasure hunt, a couple days in, there are people that are very good with computers and were able to crack this and get the numbers from it. And thank God they didn't know what to do with those numbers at that time, because of course it becomes a book cipher. You didn't know they didn't know what to use it for. So they had to go back and go through the rest of the puzzle. And then it finally started to click and make sense. But recall, she says she didn't use the word from the last location. That was Kappa on the geomarker. The text reads, the key and the word from the location prior to this would help her father. Keep in mind that the next location will be location number 6, or the final location. So how does the map key work? So the map key being the back of your coin. And if you notice on the back of your coin, there's 5 symbols on the back of the coin. Those 5 symbols are from the geomarkers at each one of the lighthouses, except for one, and we'll go over that. We know the starting place was Split Rock, and there were plenty of clues to identify this as the starting point. If we draw a line on the back of your key or your coin from the symbol of the circle to the line through it to the symbol for Outer Island, then from Outer Island to the elongated plus sign, which is, I think that was, I can't remember what they all were. Then to the triangle, basically this is going on the locations that you in order. The triangle, the bell, the Whitefish Bay, then back to the start, you will create a star symbol will emerge. So the key is star, and the word from the prior location was Kappa. So the key cipher is the word Kappa star. And we also put a shift of 6 in it because it's the 6th location. There is a 6 hidden on the art near the only aisle. Using the letters above, we get 54, 67, 1, 43, 18, 26, 9, 6, and 5. Note there could be other combinations of this, but only this combination will produce the correct book code that makes sense. On the lyrics to the song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, you will get the words cut bridge. A quick Google will show, if you just go cut bridge UP, Upper Peninsula, you're going to get, in fact, I don't even need to put Upper Peninsula, you're going to get Cut River Bridge. The center of the map key looks very much like an arch, like the arch doorways that you will find under the bridge. I will show some pictures in a little bit too. They look very much like the castle on the door that is labeled T-Troll. A side note, some of the lyrics are in the text, such as "It's been good to know ya," "Minutes seems like hours," "Put miles behind her," "Breakfast would have to wait," "Afternoon came freezing rain," on down. And the horse's name Blaze is a nod to the thrill of the chase, as well as a hint to lighthouses. So location number 6 is the Cut River Bridge. And these notes on here, this is when we were still working on what to do with the to get you to the final location. So once you got to the final location, this was all boots on the ground. You were going to have to search around. You probably was going to take you a day, maybe 2, of getting to know the area, just like I did when I got there, to finally figure out, hey, there's a geomarker there. Now, the original geomarker on the Cut River Bridge was destroyed when the bridge was redone like 20 something years ago. But I found another geomarker, and there's actually 4 of them under the bridge. And I think they are something to do with just monitoring the ground. The Department of Michigan, something to do with the state of Michigan monitors something there. So I kind of looked into it a little bit. All I knew is we designed the back of the coin. I'm going to take this one out so I can show you. If you look around the edge of the coin, I'll put it up and down the 2 notches. That's exactly what the geomarker looks like. And if you lay it in there, you can see that this becomes an arrow. It will point you directly under a staircase. And under that staircase landing, I'm going to show you a picture of it. So just give me one moment here. Hiding spot up close. Here it is. One second, guys. So here is actually, if you look on your map in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see a little staircase like this, and you will also see that it looks like there's some wood that makes an X over it. This is a big clue to that. And if you look right up in this little thought here, that is the actual treasure box. I took a picture on my way out. So there you have it. There is the complete solution. This was a team effort. Basically, what happened is after my last treasure hunt was solved so quickly, Beth reached out to me and said, Copper Dan, that was a really great put together treasure hunt. And I really like how you used the coin to guide you in to where the actual treasure was. If you need help with your next one, reach out. Well, I didn't want to have to reach out. I wanted to do it myself. But I knew I wanted to use lighthouses. I knew I wanted to keep the geo markers. I figured out the locations. But when I got all that, I'm like, I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take her up on her offer. And I sent it to her. And a few weeks later, I got that puzzle back, and I was just amazed. And then at the same time, she did the map, and I'm like, oh, this is so brilliant. And we'll go over the map at another time. There are so many things on that map that I don't even know, because I didn't design it. The map was 100% Beth, that there's Morse code on it. There's little subtle hints to things, but it did get people into Michigan right away, which is totally fine, because our only fear was that someone would guess a troll lived under a bridge and just happened to find this bridge. There's a door on this bridge. I'll go ahead and share this picture with you as well. And no kidding, there's a door under this bridge that says T Troll. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, I found that when I got up there back in June. I ended up going here 3 separate times, and this is 10 hours from my house. So I went up there in June. I had been here 10 years before, and I found this coming home from an art show, going up over the UP just for a change of scenery. But I found this bridge, and I don't remember seeing the door before, but when I went back in June and I was really looking around, and I was going down in the river, and I didn't really want to put the treasure anywhere near water, but I found this door. I'm like, oh my, and it says troll on it. I'm like, that's when the hunt became the troll's cache, because of this door. So Google Cut River Bridge, lots and lots of pictures, really beautiful piece of architecture. Anyways, I think this turned out a lot better than my live version. I hope this helps explain the clues to everyone. So Saturday night, I think it's going to be 7:30 now rather than 7. I'm going to have the finders come on, and we're going to hear their story and hear how their version of how they solved it compared to how it was designed. And I'm sure there'll be a few differences, but that's okay. That's just how it always works out. So anyways, thank you for your time. Thank you for everyone that participated in this, and stay tuned. I'm going to take a little time off, but I'll write another one. I promise. All right. I'll talk to you.